Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today for a draw with me session. Today I want to be inking a sketch that I have in this new sketchbook. Eventually when this is completed we can do a whole tour, but yeah, it's still far from done. And so yeah, today I've been really interested in lionfish, and so I don't know, they're just like these really amazing creatures, and so I've been sketching a few from reference, and then now I finally have one that I'm kind of happy with here. And so yeah, I really want to just hope you enjoy coming in here and drawing with me. So today I just want to ink this one, and for my supplies I have my Sakura Microns, starting with the 05. Here we go. And so these will be done here. And then of course I have an eraser to get rid of all the lines, and yeah, a couple of brush pens that will just help me to cover bigger areas, or like some of these are more translucent if you actually look at a lionfish, and some of them have like these like thicker kind of areas that you want to cover. So yeah, I have like some for that and some washi tape, but I don't need this. Yeah, so with that said, why don't we get started? I think I will probably start with a 02, and yeah, we'll just kind of go with it, and I hope you enjoy chit-chatting with me and getting to enjoy our little lionfish here. Yeah, it's been a long week. I felt inspired to draw this lionfish mostly because I think if spaceships were living organisms, they could be lionfish. They're an interesting creature that look as if they're from another planet. Do you all feel like that too? They're venomous, highly invasive actually in many parts of the world, and taking over local fish populations. I think it even got to the point where local governments were providing financial incentives to catch them. And I remember seeing lionfish served as like ceviche or other raw fish dishes in some places. Have you all seen that too? Anyway, in some ways I think this is relevant to the conversation of AI in art. Here we have this alien thing coming in, and in the context of art is taking what took a lot of effort in a thriving ecosystem and leveraging all of those pre-existing resources, e.g. beautiful art, to generate versions of that, one or two standard deviations from the original, toward a very distorted average interpretation. Of course, I mean, not all companies do this or have done this, but enough have done it that copyright laws are struggling to keep up, and of course, damage has been done. But that doesn't mean we should give up. And as someone who spends a lot of time working in this field by day, I hope I can give all of us artists optimism. I argue that art, and expressive art that tells the story of our lives that people can relate to, is even more critical now than ever. It forces us to ask questions like, what is it that makes us human? How can we communicate ideas in an impactful way that gets to the heart of things? I can't think of a better way than music, art, or creative pursuits in general. It's the amalgamation of our experiences that can't be replicated so easily, no matter how good generated art becomes, right? On top of that, we can fight back too. One of my favorite AI research labs is out of the University of Chicago, run by Ben Zhao, and he works in collaboration with artist Carlo Ortiz. You all may have heard of him. But their lab, they specialize in a field of AI that focuses on what's called like adversarial techniques. And one of the main things they produce is a way to poison data. But let me share more about that, because maybe that's confusing. So essentially the way it works is you can actually use this algorithm that they've created. It's embedded in a tool that's easy to use to pre-process the digital image of your art. And when you run it through this tool, essentially there are no visible changes to the human eye, to the image. I mean, there might be like a little bit of loss of quality, but I think it's pretty minimal at this point. But when an AI algorithm illegally picks up your image to use it for like training, the model actually interprets the image incorrectly. So the model might incorrectly learn that, for example, this drawing of a lionfish is a cat or some very blurry representation. I'll link the paper, which is called Nightshade, and the latest version of their tool below. It's available to anyone, so you can use it to basically apply this mask over your art. And I hope this gives some optimism to you all. There are a lot of us in this field that do fight for what is right. I know it can be exhausting, and living can seem so difficult right now with everything going on, but keep thriving, expressing yourselves, and stay positive. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.